Gearing up to be another exciting Catterday in the Bluegrass tomorrow as the Cats will face off against the Gamecocks of South Carolina. But some fans say some parking changes are putting a damper on tailgating.
Now, there's some frustrations out there. WKYT's Alyssa Williams has checked in with some tailgaters to learn more, and she is joining us live. Alyssa, what is the concern about parking?
Bill and Amber, with new construction set to happen for the new USDA building in the orange lot next to Kroger Field, there is less parking for the tailgaters there. And some fans are seeing the effects of this, the impact this can have on the tailgating experience. For Michael Mays and Matthew Elam, tailgating here in the orange lot at Kroger Field is more than just a good time.
Our parents actually started it, and we just carried it on. So 20 years going, and we're going to keep going.
But with new construction taking away some parking spots in the orange lot, it's leaving the pair with several questions.
It's been interesting to say the least, just to not know exactly what's going on, to risk putting our tailgate stuff up without exactly knowing, when construction's going to happen, if it's going to happen, and exactly where.
Officials with UK Athletics say they undersold orange lot parking by hundreds of spots, so no fans would be displaced once construction began. And tailgaters like Chandler Hayhurst say they're already feeling the effects of less parking.
It's been a little slow, tailgate-wise. We make money off of it. We run it for fun, but as well as for business. But just have people complain about parking constantly. I had to park 3 miles away from my tailgate last game.
But Richard Grievous says people are finding ways to work through it.
We knew that it was going to be more troublesome to get parking passes here than ever. In terms of coming out to tailgate, a lot of people that I know personally have been using a lot of ride-sharing apps to get out here.
UK officials say that they were only told by the Kentucky Department of Agriculture that construction would begin in the fall. Other than that, they have no further details. Live in Lexington, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.